Now we've come to an important part of what everybody needs to learn. Now, you can go to music stores and you can buy very expensive drum pads, and sometimes you get a good drum pad in your kit. But in this case, what we're going to demonstrate to you right now is that you have the ability with materials that are around you every day to make percussion equipment for yourself. And a very easy way is what I've got here is I have a piece of discarded tire rubber from one of our great interstate highways. Now this tire rubber you want to be a little bit careful of in the collecting stage, because let's face it, let's get a mom or dad or grandpa or uncle or somebody that when you find rubber like this on the highway that doesn't have the steel tread sticking out of it and it's just discarded blown off rubber, that is perfect to use to make a roadkill drum pad. So what I've done is I've found this piece of rubber laying out on the highway, and I took it and I trimmed it to about the width of a piece of 2x4 that's also a discarded piece of lumber. And I made sure that the pad surface would fit on the base of the 2x4 like this. All right. Now, as we have on our table here, we have a few things that you're going to need. You're going to need your discarded piece of rubber. You're going to need your scrap piece of 2x4. You're going to need some old screws. And the one thing you want to make sure of is you want to take the screw, all right, and make sure that it's about at least 1 inch in length. And you want to put the tire rubber on top of the base and then just kind of fit the screw like that to make sure that it's going to have a long enough screw to bite, to bite into the wood, like so. And that's going to be plenty. All right, so we'll put down our wood, we'll put down our tire rubber, and we've got our screw, and this is a flathead screwdriver right here that fits into this. Now there may also be some Phillips screws in here, and the one thing that you want to make sure that when you're working with Phillips screwdrivers is that you get the right size of tip of screwdriver to fit in there and get a good bite so that it'll turn it and move it. If you get one that's too small and it's wiggling kind of like this one, it could strip out the screw as you're trying to screw the screw into the wood. So this particular screwdriver we wouldn't have. So we've figured out, I dropped that one. Let me grab another one out of here. So we figured out what screws we want and we're ready to go here. So let's take our base, and what we're going to do is put it down, and then we're going to put down our tire rubber on top of that. But before we do, let's put a little adhesive on there, and this is just good old contact cement. All right, so we're going to put this on the bottom of the rubber, so when it goes onto the wood it's going to help stick it to the wood, but the screws then are going to help secure it to the wood. So we're spreading this out, and it's got a nice nasty smell to it. Ooh, it's got a real potent smell to it. This is going to be good rubber cement. So we're sitting here spreading this on out from corner to corner, making sure that we've got plenty on there so it gets good and tacky and sticky. Probably a little bit more and then we'll be done. Yeah, there we go. Getting it all over the base of the top of the pad surface. Good. Now make sure you screw that lid back on tight and secure the lid. Now we want to turn this over and push it down onto the surface of the wood so it'll start sticking. Now to help to secure that, we're going to take a screw and we're going to go to the very dead center, and we're going to take one of our screwdrivers, but in this case I'm going to cheat and I'm going to get an industrial strength screwdriver and it helps speed the process up here a little bit. And this is what's called a variable speed. See, and it runs it down in there and sets it real good. All right, now I want to get my next one, and I want to go out here to the edge, and I want to sink it. So I'm putting one in each corner and one dead in the center. Just like on a wood show. All right, here's another one. Let's go to the opposite corner now. Put this one on. And so we've got a scrap piece of rubber that didn't cost us anything. And we have a scrap piece of of wood to put the rubber on. That didn't cost us anything. Make sure we got that down good. That was secured. All right, let's put another one out here on the other corner. Now, if you're using a regular screwdriver to do this, don't get frustrated. It'll take you a little time to put that screw in there. But if you're lucky enough to have one of these, there went another screw. Glad I brought plenty of these things with me. Great, there's another good one. Yeah, that'll bite in there real good. That makes it real fast. So now we've got the top of our rubber secured to the base of our scrap lumber. And now, when you turn it over, you've got a wood surface. So this is where Mom will appreciate you. You want to find a way now to put something here that will keep it from scratching furniture or anything you might lay it against. Now these are secured adhesive rubber feet, and you can cut them and make individuals out of them and put them in the corners, and that'll lift it up that high off of any plane surface that you're going to be on. Or you can take something as simple as this. These are little adhesive dots that you can get in the craft part of almost any store, any discount store, and you can just stick them on. And what we'll do is we'll put one on each corner, and then we'll put two in the middle. Okay, you got to make sure that you get the paper off of there. So let's get the paper off of there. This one's going to come off kind of stubborn. There we go. Tell you what, let me put that one over there and let's get one that, well, there we go. Where the paper comes off easy. All right. Put one here kind of in the middle. And then maybe one over here on the edge. Across from that one. Good. Now, when we set it down, it's not going to scratch anything that you put it on to practice. So within just a few minutes, we've made what we call a roadkill pad. And this is using a piece of discarded tire rubber with none of the steel belt in it. Again, notice it's just pure rubber, secured to a piece of scrap lumber. Then we took contact cement, painted that so we had an adhesive bond also. We found 4 or 5 discarded screws that made it deep enough to go through the rubber that we're using and into the wood. So this is really secured very well. Now, if you want to have a little fun with your school, everybody gets a roadkill pad. You can decorate the scrap lumber according to your school colors, school name, mascot, put your name along the side, whatever you want to do. But now you have a small travel-ready drum pad that you can always carry with you. You can put it between your knees to practice on. You can set it on the surface of something. And there you go. We got our Sawyer sticks here, our PCS ones, and we're ready to practice. So with your other practice tools that you would have at your house, You can take this and throw it in a backpack. You could very easily take that in a car and practice. You're not going to bother anybody in the car because it just doesn't make that much sound. And that's how we make a Sticks on Skins roadkill pad.